Quiet on the set. Zoom Room video sponsored by the BMC.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. In no other frickin' better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, two idiots who misinterpret the news so you don't have to. The dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to, I have no idea what's going on because everything is going in one ear and I don't know what's going on.
We just got here.
What are we doing?
But yes, greetings and welcome to today's show. It is Whacked Out Wednesday, November 10th, 2021. Jacob Von Buckham, long time no see. Thank you for the host. And of course, One Replay Kent. Thank you also for the host. And welcome to everybody. That's right. F you. Go F yourself too, Sean. What's going on, brother? Love you, man. Let's go ahead and make sure those giveaways are open. Exclamation, I love free shit. Get in on some mystery game key action. And of course, you guys know the rules around here. You make that little bar there move, hit us up with a sub. We'll play some more marbles and we'll get some more giveaways going. Fish! Winfield in the house. What's going on, Winfield? Let's see who else we got out there. We got Bridget Royal out there, One Replay, Sean Paxlayer, and Dracos. Another viewer. Azoria, Nikandis, Goku, Red Dragon, Sean Butts, and of course Mom here in the audience. And of course Mom now has her own fans out there in the world, and we got a kick out of that. We'll be telling you about that here today. Oh, that's weird. That's not supposed to be happening. My mouse is not supposed to be on this screen.
Well, I mean, are we still suffering that bug where we're on a completely different window and a different monitor and it's selecting
something
when it's not even the active window?
Is usually I hide my mouse here on the Shroud screen, so it doesn't go. So I have to go into the properties and tell it to not show my mouse because I don't know why it's showing my mouse. Capture cursor is on, which it shouldn't be, but there we go. Now I have no mouse
I still
showing.
love the fact that my mouse randomly highlights things in game when it's
like that when I'm on the other
window.
Yeah.
It's not the active window. And
I can go to a totally different PC and it picks it up. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's why are you capturing that portion and trying to, it's not even in the same quadrant.
I thought he was going to work on that bug. So that also happens if it's not the forward-facing screen. But
it's slobs is my front window, and then it's different monitors have different things, and it's still capturing it.
I see Sagara TV hanging out in Owl's Head. There's a name I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah. Today's technical difficulty is provided by Lazarus Long for a mere $9.95. You can get his free do-it-yourself book on how to experience technical difficulties.
That's right. That's right. In game for 1,000 gold, you too can find out how to make thousands of gold daily. I just refreshed this actually. Let us see how many were in there now. That's the pumpkin trophies. Could have used those as giveaways, but book receipts.
You too will end up with all 10 fingers.
I'm pushing 150,000 gold from book sales just on those books.
Yeah.
Actually, that bag is about to be full. I'm going to have to move it to a chest just to.
Do you realize how special yesterday was?
How special was yesterday? No,
we have to go to the Tweeterverse to talk about one more patch for 4 more bugs and patch notes, because yesterday was a double patch day right before the show and at 7 p.m. because Lightning Storm was restored to its old, faster cast time. Players should no longer sink into the ground while harvesting, and light spells will no longer sink into your torso after riding a horse. And a rare bug that caused flickering inventory has been fixed.
Indeed. Now, I happen to have that topic. I just put it in there. And this apparently has been around for a little while, only affecting a handful of people, which is why I guess they're calling it a rare bug.
Well, it's like,
Shroud says, Bridge Troll, you need to behave yourself now that you're a famous knight. I don't know if he's famous. Infamous, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's very odd.
What's that?
That video for the flickering window. And I think it may have something to do with like the number of windows that he has open for the inventory.
Well, let's delve into this for a few minutes before we get on to some other stuff, because we still have some release notes that we need to cover. But
we've got lots of release notes.
The interesting thing about this, well, I'll discuss that after you do your thing here.
What am I doing?
Long live the Syndicate. Are you going to read the bug report for everybody like you normally do?
Well, I was. Flickr, only one account, enough for me to want to log in and do anything with that character. Hard to describe. YouTube shows what's going on. Log in, open inventory window, happens on every computer with that one character. Other characters on that account do not have the issue.
Right.
It started recently, not sure exactly when, but recent. I can't be sure what I actually pick in my inventory since the Flickr changes what I pick. It's enough I don't even want to log in and use that character. Kind of rough since it's my main character. I've tried to explain it, but no one else has that issue that I know of.
No if.
Anpu's like, what video car and drivers?
But here's where it gets interesting.
Which computer? 5 different computers, from everything from an NVIDIA GTX 660M to an RTX 2060. I wouldn't expect it to be that since, 1, it's only the one character. Other accounts and secondary characters on the original account do not have the issue. And 2, different computers, different drivers, and even different OSs. He even reinstalled the game.
Yes. No
Gravelox went in there and checked it out. Wasn't able to determine why, but stopped the blinking. That was responded March 20th, 2021.
Yes. Again, this has been sitting around for a while, and
I mean, then after that, still doing it even faster now. Another March 20th. I was looking at this more on the QA server. Do you have 4 pets, servant, donkey, foal,
you missed
and
the
an
fun
eagle
part.
on that lot only? What?
I'm not imagining it, even though everyone I talk to says I'm smoking something.
Yeah. Well, if it was you, you were smoking something.
Well, yeah.
4 pets, all named the same. So does this character ever leave the room? He left the room, left the house, and went back. The 4 pets described above started blinking, and the inventory was okay. So that just means
pets
that
started blinking.
it went somewhere else.
Yeah.
The blinking in the inventory is basically the Gump redrawing over and over again because it thinks something has changed script-wise. It could be the pets are really the issue and the error is translating to the inventory screen. Still looking into it. Why? Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, and then it's like I found a rib cage and a stocking below the house. Put it in your inventory. Also seeing an interesting location for a basement hatch that may need to move if I can make the issue happen again. This is all from March. And just got on the 4 pets are on 2 separate row lots because you're not only allowed 2 pets on a row lot.
Yeah.
And not anything to do with the main home. I just put them in storage anyways. I also pulled the NPC and vendors into my inventory. I started testing it some more. When I zone back out and back in, the flicker goes away. When I log out and back in, it returns. Tested in my home and different zones. For now, I'll just rezone every time it starts up. And his friend thinks it may be lot related. So I put my main home into storage, unclaimed it, and then put everything back up. Still happens.
Still happening.
Then there's another instance of it from Time Lord with a lot of conversations. And this was also reported back in July. I'm not reading the entire.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Time Lord provided screenshots of the /debug somewhere in his link.
And same thing.
Yeah.
Logged out with the flickering happening on his other computer, and now he can't log back in on his computer. And this was going on and on and on. Screenshots. I don't know what he's using for the screenshots.
He posted them on Facebook, and he was providing links to Facebook.
Which don't work. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, I mean, so this has been an ongoing problem with a few users.
And then down to wizard smoke.
And then I have found and fixed the problem internally. We are planning to publish a patch tonight with this fix. And that was done yesterday at 10:26 a.m. And the fix needs testing. And Time Lord did said, hey, his flickering's gone.
Yay.
Yeah, and so finally, fix in there for the flickering.
And Fifester.
Do we know what the fix was? No.
No clue. No clue.
Yeah.
Just that they figured it out.
Yes.
But apparently, it was only affecting a couple people on that odd fix or odd whatever it is. And, well, long delay, but well done, says Crossfire Bugs Eye. Absolutely. We just wish that it wasn't the rare bugs that were getting that kind of attention. It was the common bugs that we've been complaining about for 6 and 7 years that got that kind of attention. Would be really nice. Yeah. And Tina says, honestly, I don't really care what the fix was. We always like to know, Tina, just because we like to see what was actually screwed up. Just a personal thing. The personal thing. We like to know what was messed up where, and just what was the cause.
Fixed. Stop being nosy.
No, never. That's our job.
Hey, it gives us something to be very specific about while bitching there, Mom.
That's okay. I totally, when Chris was on talking about the lightning bug yesterday, I totally snuck in and asked the dev question about the alcohol toggle and used the word puke in it.
Use what word?
Puke.
Puke, because the alcohol effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked if we could get a toggle. He's like, I thought it did. It's like, no, camera effects doesn't turn it off. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's because these things were thoroughly tested.
Well, it used to, because even Laz remembers it doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. It used to. Winfield says, I had
all kinds of things.
I had my septic system fixed the other day, and they started to describe the fix, and I said, stop, I don't need any more shit.
Exactly.
True story.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, some people want more technical information than others, and so that really is a matter of personal preference. But I'm glad that they were able to fix this bug that affected at least 2 users. But I would like to
bugs that affect everybody.
Yes.
Just saying.
I mean, bugs that affect everybody that last for months. Yes.
Years.
Condoms do come with a user manual.
Sean? On the back.
Yeah. Can't read it.
Can't read that fine print in the dark though. So maybe they should make that fine print glow in the dark or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. You old guys can't read anything anyway. Yeah, pot calling kettle black, right? That's right. It's always the fine print that gets you. As Jack is
distracted
with the work something or another. Maynard, you're not right. She won't just tell you how to use it, she'll put it on for you.
And she charges extra for the service.
Yeah.
May cause an 18-year payment plan. You mean a lifetime payment plan, Trick Steve? Lifetime, not just 18 years.
So just what are you talking about?
Ask the Maynard about that. The Maynard's comment. So the hooker you're with can tell you how to use it.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
They're getting very randy in chat there.
Are they really randy?
No, they're just our regular audience.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, are they like extra horny today? Viagra warning label might be stiff. Yes. So what else are we talking about today?
If it lasts more than 4 hours, I'm a real happy camper. What are you talking about, right?
I was going to say, if you could get it up, you're a real happy camper.
I know if we keep it up for 4 hours, she'll be really happy. Anyway, moving right along. Now let's talk about some Elysium Illumination being redesigned. How about that?
That insert finger here. Okay, Elysium Illumination has been redesigned. The Sun Magic spell now provides a Sun attunement buff and also features improved healing pulses, damage pulses, and duration. All three of these values scale slightly with skill level and attunement, but also significantly increase if specialized, because now you can apparently specialize in a single skill, not a single tree. The damage pulses also affect all enemy targets, with additional damage applied to undead. Elysian Illumination is now considered a shield spell, and only a single shield spell can be active at any given time.
That's not new. Single shield spell I'm talking about, yes.
Yeah. And Searing Ray now has a 15% chance to apply a small blind effect on your opponent for 10 seconds. If specialized in Sun Magic and Elysian Illumination is your currently active shield spell.
Interesting.
So you have to cast Elysian Illumination,
yeah,
prior to casting Searing Ray.
And have specialization in Sun Magic.
So
in order to get that 15% chance.
Is how many shield spells are tier 4?
That's a good question, since I really don't use any.
Well,
I don't think
Immolation
I use any.
is considered a
I guess
spell, right?
I guess yeah, they say Immolation is a shield spell. Let's get over here real quick.
Even though it's not.
I use Immolation quite a lot, which is a tier 3.
Okay, Shield of Air is a tier 3. The Shield of Crystal is tier 3 in the Earth School. The Life Tree doesn't have a shield spell.
It should have a
Shield of Ice is tier 3 in the Water School. In the Moon School, I don't think there's a shield spell there either.
Let's see.
Yeah, there is no shield spell. Then after that, I mean, this is where consistency really comes in handy. Death Tree does not have a shield spell, does it?
Yeah, that's Death Shield.
Oh, Death Shield is tier 4.
Yes. Now, Death Shield used to be really good until, again, they decided to dink with it. Yeah. I used to love using Death Shield because it was great, because it would take some of that damage and actually heal you, and some of the damage would again bounce back towards the attacker and apply to the attacker. But I don't think that all applies. I forget how it was actually changed. Let's see. Damage received from physical attacks to health converts a portion of damage from physical attacks to health. That specialization increases the duration of the shield. But he did a lot of other things with it where it didn't cause any more damage to the attacker like it used to. And
Shroud mathed it. Nerfed it.
Many skills used to be. Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you read it.
Really good until they decided to castrate them.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's like, as far as the balance goes, it's like you really have to look at opposing schools and that attunement. One goes up, the other one goes down, which means that you should always, if you're GMing everything, your attunement should be pretty much 0.
As Vesper Soda, I'm going to argue that point unless it was the ring. Let me see something here real quick, because this was also something that was, let's see, was it the ring of... Leech kind, I believe it was. And it really doesn't give you 1.5 death field power. But back in the day, you could have a death shield on with a ring of leech kind, and somebody could be attacking you, and they would actually kill themselves because it was able to boost the power so much that you were almost invulnerable because of the reflection on it. And I saw several people demonstrate this, and this again back many years ago. We're talking at least 5 years ago. And that's why it was nerfed, because you were almost just unkillable with the combination of Death Shield and the Ring of the Leech kind, even before we had. Well, then they were doing something, but it was a thing. I wish I had a recording. I probably do someplace, but people would stand there and to show it off, and somebody would attack that person with the shield on, and that person would take damage and die. So unless you can specifically tell me something else, that was what I recall them using. And again, it was the combination of the two, not just the shield by itself. It had something to do with the leech ring and the death shield.
Dun, dun, dun.
But anyway, that's how I remember it. Whether I'm wrong or right, that's what I remember seeing. That's what I remember happening, and that's why it was nerfed to hell. But anyway, moving right along.
Moving right
Ooh.
along. Dun, 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 dun. It'd be great if like SodaWiki actually tracked the real changes to things.
I'm sure if it's in the time machine somewhere, but Millie, that would take a lot of research.
Hey, but verbiage related about shield spell restrictions have been added to all shield spell tooltip descriptions to identify that this is considered a shield spell and only one can be active at a time.
Let's see.
Oh, fuck. Shroud math. Design and implementation of new or improved damage effects are underway. Already, players utilizing bludgeon weapons will see improved effects versus skeletons, with more changes in the pipeline for all creatures to have different resistance and vulnerabilities to bludgeon, piercing, and slashing damage types.
Wasn't that already a thing from like years ago?
From a game called UO, yes.
No, but didn't he make it so that
Dungeons and Dragons
arrows didn't have an effect on skeletons and ghosts and other things, but bludgeon weapons did? I mean, I thought he did all that, or is he just redoing it again because he wasn't happy with his redo?
No, but so the fun thing is, in the release notes, this is the first time we're hearing about a design and implementation of new improved damage effects.
New and improved.
Because do we currently have bludgeon, piercing, and slashing damage types?
I assume we did, since we had bludgeon, piercing, and slashing weapons. But you know what happens when you assume.
Wait, do we really have bludgeon, piercing, and slashing weapons?
Yeah, right. Arrows, clubs, swords, daggers.
But do we consider like different types of swords to do different types of damage, or the difference between a mace and a flail and a halberd?
Archery does more damage from a height, does less damage from
below. No, wait. Does archery still do additional damage from a height?
Well, since he nerfed it because basically he made it so you can't shoot from a height anymore. So whether that's considered the same or not being able to shoot from a height doesn't mean that you can't get damage from a height. So it's two different things.
And we do not currently have a difference between like different weapon damage types. We may have a bludgeon tree and a polearm tree, but we do not have different damage types in the game.
Okay.
Because like if you're using a broadsword and a rapier, which do they both do slashing damage, or is like a rapier more piercing damage?
I would expect the rapier to be more slashing damage, personally, because the rapier is more flexible compared to
It
right.
doesn't have
So,
it doesn't have a blade over everything.
well, that's why I would say more
It's
slashing
point,
damage than piercing
pokey,
damage. Yeah,
pokey. It's
yeah.
piercing.
But again,
Poke into
words
you.
matter. Design and implementation of new or improved damage effects. Not just new damage effects. So words matter here.
Hey man,
But
thoroughly tested on QA.
Yeah, I'll go with you. If that's not actually true, again, I always assume that each one had its own, especially knowing that archery supposedly had less effects on things like skeletons and ghosts compared to zombies and say
Nope.
wolves. You know, I
Nope.
recall him saying that, but whether he actually ever put it in was another thing. But again,
Yeah. No.
it's not there, and he's going to do it now.
And as Econtis has said, they've said previously, back in the day, there was no different damage type between blades, bludgeon, etc., so that there was no best tree.
But we'll do it with magic.
Yeah. But on recent live streams, Chris has said that they will be adding that to follow more D&D type rules, i.e., bludgeon is better against undead. Ooh.
Yeah, again, this
Wouldn't
is
fire
that,
also be fantastic against undead?
Again, this is something that was said many years ago. And again, if it wasn't programmed, it wasn't programmed, but that it was said years ago. But maybe he's just now getting around to it. Anyway,
yeah.
moving right along.
Well, I mean, you need that diversification.
As while he was fixing his bugs, he realized that he never put it in. Is probably what happened. Probably.
Someone probably reminded him and tipped him some bits.
More likely.
Yeah. The question was, why don't we have like different damage types? 1,000 bits. Oh, wait, I'll go work on that right now.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And now let's hold on. Let's bring this up real quick if I can find it real quick, because this was something. Where is it? Stream.
But that kind of change is long needed. I just wish that it was discussed more openly and we didn't just learn about these things. Because I also think that like when you're releasing a new and an improved system, you need to test yield new and improved system and not on a practice dummy.
Standing in a GM area where the practice dummy doesn't move, right?
It needs to be tried in non-GM mode. It needs to be, I mean, that's the same reason that we need to be able to set our skill level on the QA server. So that way we can experience these things and test them out.
All right. Well, speaking of Chris on stream, let's jump to this topic that I just dropped into Discord real quick, because I got a laugh out of this, and I think you will too, as well as everybody else.
Okay. And isn't this I was impressed with the style which Chris used in this latest stream, where the action was either pre-recorded or streamed at the same time. Chris teamed up with the streaming his commentary on subjects with Layla Lightbringer playing the game in the background.
Yes.
I think this style of commentary stream had more impact in the way, as opposed to Addis or whatever character standing around while delivering personality or info content.
Now, what Time Lord probably doesn't know is that Well, Layla might have been given feedback. I don't think maybe became conscientious of it. But what he did was he was in GM ghost mode, or he was ghosting the character, following the character during their gameplay.
Yeah.
So when the character went around, basically his screen was what the character saw as the character was playing, so that there was actually action while the character was out there doing that. I don't think that this was planned with the actual character that he's picked when he was doing it. Actually, I think he said so in the beginning of the video. Maybe I'll cue that up for a piece tomorrow, but I just thought that it was funny. And Time Lord, I thought it was interesting to follow a character around like that, but I don't really think it made much difference in how anything was presented, aside from the fact that maybe he just wasn't staring at a blank wall the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, it's showing the actual game being played by someone. That's where I still can't watch Chris's streams because the head
Half the
is
head and the
immense.
whole fish tank.
Half the head and whole fish tank is immensely annoying to me. I mean, I just don't know what the hell to do. I mean,
I
it's
love
like,
the fact that he has a passion for fish, and he likes to teach things like that to his daughter, but it's got nothing to do with the game Shroud of the Avatar, unless you want to give us fish tanks. Give us fish tanks.
I mean, it's like,
Not like it hasn't been asked for.
Why is this so annoying? Where you get like part of a head. And Chris is actually capable of actually getting his whole head in the frame. You'll see it whenever he actually leans back a little bit, that he gets his whole head. But most of the time he's like this. And that is very, very frustrating to me. And it's like, why? Zoom in more for it to, yes, I do know that I need to get it so close that you can count my nose hairs. But yeah, it's like, do that. And it's like, people bitch about us sitting on the lot all the time and while we're streaming. But we are actually changing windows and we're doing other things in order to interact. And occasionally, whenever we actually talk about a game feature that we are testing in the game, we go do that while maintaining a conversation.
Oh, Jack plays Bunny Rabbit.
Yeah. It's like, what's
Ouch.
going on?
Ouch.
And it's like,
Ouch.
and it's like the discussions are not that difficult to do, that level of multitasking. But yes, it is very, 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 very annoying.
Joe Arabia versus a broadsword. I don't think either one of us has either of those weapons. I may have one on my wall in the end.
Yes. Mom's going to start streaming herself running around a mine, but she doesn't have a mic or a camera, so you can't complain about camera placement. Although that mic thing, I disagree with, because
I was just going to say, what do you mean? She's in here commenting all the time.
This is on my laptop, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Headsets at Walmart start as low as $10. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Shh, no one needs to see my face.
Yeah, but
Mom, you've got fans.
Since Chris is interacting with people, it's like he really should try to make sure that the top third of his body is in frame.
Yeah. At least mid chest up, not just the
and
floating
provide
head.
provide some headrooms, that way as he moves around and
again,
does things, his
it's
head is
it's the
still
it's the fish
there.
tank. He wants to be focused on the fish tank instead of focused on himself and the game, which I think is counterproductive to doing a game stream focusing on your fish tank. But anyway, that's enough of that. Is we dislike the fish tanks. Not that we dislike fish. Don't want to offend Winfield or Sean
Oh, I
out
don't
there.
like fish. Yeah.
But
Fishing. Yeah.
Mom, are you gonna flag PvP and go out to the mines?
Fuck no.
And Winfield's like, enough about fish.
Enough.
I'm tired of talking about fish.
Can we finally stop talking about fish?
I don't like fish. Yeah. I especially don't like the band Fish. Oh man.
Moving right along. All right, what do we got up next? More nerfs.
More Shroud math. Damage math for Magic has been adjusted throughout the life of the game. Player intelligence has increased far more than skill level. With this change, intelligence will contribute less to magic damage, and skill levels will contribute more to magic damage. Overall, almost all players will see a net increase in magic damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because the Shroud math was working.
Shroud math.
Yes. And Ring of Fire, an AoE spell in the magic tree, has been updated. The basic tick timer has been increased from 2 to 2.25 seconds. The base damage range for each tick has changed from 2 to 5 to 1 to 5, reducing that damage output potentially by 20% in the spell's DPS, but no change was made to the possible max damage per tick.
Didn't he just say in the previous that we're going to see more increases, and then the very next line he goes ahead and tells you we're decreasing it? I mean,
well,
is that just
the real
me
question? Why isn't the damage related to skill level? Why is it consistent?
Good question.
And
why isn't everything related to skill level?
And isn't the duration of the spell also controlled by skill level?
Specialization, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Although there were, I'll have to go look real quick. Hold on, fire tree, because I have the fire tree.
And Maynard is right on point. The Shroud math is going to be so fucked up that Chris will nerf all of them in a few months.
Highly flammable, which is the innate skill, increases damage over time increased. So that's one of the skills, but the specialization, I believe, also adds to that.
Well, I mean, like if you hover over the immolation skill, or actually the Ring of Fire skill, that's what we're talking about, and you look at the duration at your current skill level and the next 20 levels, you'll see that the duration changes. Ooh, and not only that, but the damage also increases.
Duration 13 seconds, duration 14.3 seconds, and 6 to 29 or 6 to 31. But it's still...
The funny thing is, I also see that fire damage every 1.8 seconds for blank seconds.
1.7 seconds for 15.6 or 17.3 if I were to bump it up to 120. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, again, and then if you specialize, which I probably should, since that would be, again, I haven't done any specializations because, again...
But fire specialization adds a fire resistance debuff to the effect.
Yeah.
So it doesn't change the damage or anything else.
It increases the power of all magic while weakening your power and resistance to the opposing school of water. In addition, the attunement gain fire specialization skill impact each spell slightly in some manner. So, yeah. Anyway, back to yeah, exactly, Maynard. I know Jack just commented on that. We fixed them, we buffed them. Let's see how long it takes. What was that in the patch notes today?
I already read that Maynard said that.
I know. I just commenting that Jack, and I just said I know Jack already said that, and I was just reading it myself real quick.
Yeah.
But Lightning Storm has been restored to its old, faster cast time. Let's see how long that one lasts before he decides to go back and
tweak that time,
and actually mean to tweak that time instead of not meaning to tweak that time, like happened yesterday.
Like the real question is, how did that patch make that into the game? That changed the cast time, anyways.
QA testing, man.
QA testing. QA testing, and those merge requests were very, very well documented as far as what things were doing. And hi, Lily.
Lily.
Yeah. Lily's enjoying my back scratcher.
Oh yeah. Where is mine? Mine's right here. My cat loves mine, but I have the extendable one that I can reach down to the floor on, so I don't have to be too far. You know, I have the extendable version, so it just sits here in my little pocket. My cat loves the back scratcher.
Mine was from Hawaii, but it was made in the 60s.
Ah, antique.
Yeah, antique back scratcher.
Crossfire Bugseye wants to know, Book of Learning Legendary, is that supposed to happen from a yellow supply bundle? I don't see why not.
No clue, man. No clue.
Is Books of Learning
I've gotten
only
one
come
for
from
Gray, so yeah, I think it is.
you can get them at different, each one is different from each tier of bundle. Not all Books of Learning are the same, depending on the tier of the bundle. Depends on the amount of learning that comes out of the book, is my understanding.
Who needs a book of learning when you can actually get a nice meticulous collection and gain 1 million XP?
It's free XP.
In one go.
It's free XP, that's all.
Yeah, I know. But 1 million XP from one resource node.
Yeah, with all those buffs. I haven't gone out to do that yet.
That wasn't
One of
even
these
from all
days
the
I will.
buffs. Yeah.
It was buffs for meticulous. Yeah, it was. It had to be from. It was all the meticulous buffs that came off of the artifacts and other things that the person was using to get that.
Yeah. But functionality. Or wait, sorry. Tamed wyverns should now be more responsive, attack faster, and also poison that scales in power. Wasn't that patched in last month?
I'm not saying anything. Shh.
Functionality for aggro abilities have been improved. Cone of Cold is now a 4x XP skill. A player's level in the skill should be reduced as a result of this change, but the total XP the player applied to the skill was not changed.
Huh? 4 times XP, but total XP applied.
So if you had 100 before, you now have 80 based off of the change in the XP requirement to hit 100.
Okay, I got you. I got it now. This is interesting. NPC spellcasters in Superstition Canyon now feature increased damage and improved heal other abilities. So the NPCs, and I'm assuming
in
this
just
is
one zone,
only the spellcasters. Yeah, only the mages can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one of your favorites.
Ice Fist no longer indicates that it has an effect radius in the spell's description, and the description has been improved to indicate all possible effects.
I thought the effects was an Ice Fist.
Yeah?
Let's see. I don't have Ice Fist, so...
Oh, I do.
Close range attack that will slow your target and lower their dexterity upon a successful hit.
Well,
I don't...
So the fun part is it going to actually do either one of those? Will it slow and lower their dexterity? Will it do that? Well, Tina. So Tina's actually making the comment that they should include a 100% unlearn on when they make a change like that.
He usually does.
So I would agree with the 100% unlearn if we had a skill cap system, but we do not have a skills cap system.
No, technicalities.
Everyone can GM everything.
Everybody can get to 200, isn't that capped?
Well, I mean,
I know I'm being facetious.
Yeah, but that's one where it's like if you had to pick and choose where to spend your XP really for your character design, I would be for the 100% unlearn. The only problem is that 100% unlearn would have been turned on forever because of the way that the Shroud math was changed for different skills.
And
since we do not have a system where you really have to pick and choose which schools you're going to GM and spend your skill points, I'm against a 100% unlearn. And I'm because of the way that XP is applied. And as it is, you can GM a skill in 5 minutes if you have a sizable enough pool.
And a book of learning and a mentor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a 4 or 5 click GM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, GM, just because. Now, back in the day, there was some changes made to light armor, and he gave us 100% unlearn. And was it light armor? I'm sorry, I'm thinking blades. Was it blades? Where's the dual wield? What skill was that? Or is that in... I gotta remember where dual wielding was. Was that under a tactics tree? Yeah, under the tactics tree. I'm sorry. Where your offhand attack got nerfed and your offhand defense got nerfed, and gave everybody the option to go ahead and do 100% unlearn. And I had already GM'd them, so I said, screw it. And then, of course, what happens is later on he came back and actually made offhand attack actually viable again. And, dual wield was, okay, but, the offhand attack was viable. And I'm sorry, the offhand defense wasn't as good as the offhand attack, which is a dual wield situation. But dual wield used to be really killer, literally, unintended. At one point, then he nerfed it, and now if you're smart enough to use it and you have good enough weapons, you can really get some good functionality out of a good dual wield. And of course, I think Jack would agree that the Sword of Bahir is the ultimate dual wield weapon to have.
Sword of Bahir is still the best newbie sword.
Well, back in the day, Mom, is they had a lot of things that we liked before they got changed. And again,
No. See, you're not paying attention. Laz says back in the day, and her brain has visions of a little old man telling his grandkids about his glory days that were only glorious to him.
Jack?
That's exactly true.
Little? Yes. Old man? Yes.
Either that or you and I remember Budapest very differently.
Remember what?
It's a line from Avengers. You and I remember Budapest very differently.
Oh, yes. So.
Yeah.
But yes.
Going back to
I am a little old man, according to Jack.
You're shorter than I am.
Yeah, by about 4 inches. That's about all.
Yeah, Laz is about about 4 foot, but like 5'6" or something like that.
5'7", close.
Okay. Yeah, and 4 inches does mean a lot. That's very true.
She said, "Give me 12 inches," so I did it 3 times. That's right.
Exactly.
Moving right along. We got time. Can you finish this topic before we get out of here? We got about 4 minutes left.
Multiple applications of the Earth attunement no longer apply to a character upon each cast of Splintering Strike. The Earth attunement bonus no longer stacks, but Earth specialization is instead increases the effect's amount. Don't other skills have things that stack like that? Like fire? Where you can have like 4 or 5 stacks of skills?
Well, yeah.
Shroud math.
It depends on your play style, but go ahead. Continue on. Let's get this knocked out.
The tooltip description for Earth's Embrace no longer indicates a movement speed penalty exists, and a new duration bonus for Earth specialized casters has been added to the Earth's effect and description. Because of bugs. And things that were in the description that were never programmed. Possibly. The loading tip related to maintain skills no longer indicates decay verbiage. When setting a specialization skill to maintain, the skills tooltip no longer indicates decay verbiage in the description and now only mentions that a single specialization skill can be set to train at a time. The tooltip for Anthem of Alacrity now better indicates its duration, and charging the skill now properly applies charged effects. Yeah. Did they fix the charging not taking 7 days? No.
Probably not.
Corpian poison attacks are now labeled as Corpian Spit or Corpian Sting in their tooltip descriptions. Spits no longer remove focus, but instead focus a very small focus damage rate. It's a fucking Corpian poison. It should destroy you in seconds. But it causes a very small damage rate. Debuff of 0.1. Also, the spit poison lasts 10 seconds instead of 20 seconds and only allows 1 stack instead of 3. So you just nerfed Corpian poison. These poisons can still be purified, and these changes do not affect aimed pets.
Nice.
But players will now be able to move quickly after being attacked while fishing.
Run away! Run away! Fish!
Yeah.
Fish! Is that applied to Corpian poison that we apply, or is that Corpian poison that the Corpian applies?
Well, considering there's Corpian Spit and Corpian Sting, that would tell me that it's the Corpian.
The Corpian itself, right? Yeah. Okay. I was looking at the fact that it can be one instead of 3 stack. So, yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, they would have to actually come up with new recipes for Corpian Spit and Corpian Sting, which are 2 different poisons there.
Yeah. But meanwhile, it's that time for us to get out of here, and I've got a big surprise for you guys. But first, I'm going to remind you that you're tuned in to Lunch with Laz and Jack right here on NBNN.info, twitch.tv/NSS, twitch.tv/NBNN News. catching us in replays on YouTube, on Twitch. I'm just going to scroll through them. The BMC wants you to check out Black Rock Cove, WRFB, for your listening pleasure throughout the day. Shroud Music for ABC Files and ShroudMarketplace.com, the place to go buy or sell anything and everything Shroud of the Avatar related. So go check out those sites. But today, thanks for putting up with us for today's show. And of course, I've got a copy of Spirit Hunter Deathmark worth $49.99 for one lucky viewer out there today. This just happened to be a really, really great pick. So $50 game for putting up with us for an hour to one lucky viewer out there. So I'm going to be closing the giveaway. What did you give away?
Is going to Jigoku, who won a copy of Orcs and Men, which is only $15 on Steam. Sorry.
And Andrekos, you are the winner of Spirit Hunter Deathmark, worth $50 out there today. Thank you all for joining us. That's why you tune in, for a chance to win something really great like that. And I hope you enjoy that game, Andrekos.
I got to get on a meeting. I'll talk
to you
later.
Right. So we'll be back tomorrow with more right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.